Hola, it's Matthew here, back with this month's property market report for Granada and the Costa Tropical at the end of January 2025. I'm here today with Amy.
Hello.
So Amy, how's the property market been? Let's have a look at what the big three news items are in the local property market.
Well, the big news item that we have to talk about, and I'm having people calling me about it, coming into our main office and talking about it, everybody everywhere, is the 100% buyer's tax for non-residents.
Yep.
I mean, that's, I think, the media everywhere has just gone absolutely crazy about it.
All over Northern Europe, the UK, even the New York Times ran an article on it.
I saw that as well, which is quite incredible. I think we do need to pause slightly though and actually maybe take stock of what does that actually mean and how realistic is it? Because the press has kind of been publicising that it's definitely happening.
Yep.
Non-EU residents are not going to be able to buy properties in Spain.
Oh, my favourite headline in the UK, Brexit Brits banned from buying in Spain. It was what?
I was even chatting, my parents live in the UK, I was chatting to my father and he was like, oh, loads of people that I used to work with, they're absolutely devastated because they wanted to retire in Spain and now they can't. But that's not entirely the case.
No.
I mean, there's been a lot of discussion about it, and there's a lot of parties, and I mean, it hasn't been pushed through Parliament yet, so it isn't happening now. And the general consensus is that it's something that probably won't be going through.
It's not going to happen, is it?
No.
Let's be honest. I think it is the start of something that may lead somewhere, but it's certainly not going to be banning foreigners from buying properties.
It's the murmurings of they're starting to think about how to make changes within the market. This might not be exactly the correct way to do it because we were looking at the stats and figures and really it's about 1%. Of buyers in the entire Spanish market that would be affected. Yeah,
because if you were getting residency here, which a lot of people move here to retire, would only affect people buying holiday homes, which was such a small percentage of the market.
Absolutely.
So it'll have no impact on actual house prices.
No, and it's easy to think as a holiday property buyer that everybody's looking to do that. But actually, we are in Spain. The majority of the buyers are Spanish. They are residents. And so it's a very tiny, tiny minority of people that would be affected by this. So there probably would be no great consequence. It's also quite important, actually, because it was a long speech that was made, and about a minute of that speech was dedicated to this particular announcement, of what it actually meant, because nobody has actually defined what was meant by that 100%
No, it
tax.
still hasn't been defined, even by Pedro Sanchez himself. So we shall wait and see on that.
We'll
how
wait
that comes.
and see.
Yes.
We'll have to wait and see.
At the moment, I think if any buyers out there are thinking of moving, continue as normal.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nothing has changed. You can still buy the property of your dreams here in Spain.
And if you see terrible press headlines, please ignore them and contact us so we can tell you the truth.
As with most press headlines, to be totally honest,
So what else has been going on? I know big news about the developments in Motril down on the coast. You were at a meeting the other day.
I was, we were at a planning meeting there, which was kind of reuniting together experts in lots of different fields. The planning for Playa Granada, which is one of the main kind of beach tourist areas of Motril, and how their plans they're really ramping up their plans for Motril. So I think it might be an area that, to keep an eye on, that they've got big planning permissions to be building new 4-star hotels in the area.
4 of them they're building, aren't they?
4 of them. 4 of them. And that is very much in their goals, I would say, for the next 5 to 10 years in Motril. And that was what the meeting, a large part of the meeting was about, is how to sustainably promote, increase and build tourism in Motril. They are looking to, in some respects, mirror Almuñécar, which is a very good model to mirror. So if you're wondering what Motril in its new state is going to look like, well, if you have a little look at Almuñécar, that's what they're hoping to do. And they've got a lot of really positive projects to to improve in a sustainable way, though.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're really putting the effort into the sustainability.
Yeah, absolutely is. And I think it's relevant, it's important. They know that that's what tourists these days are looking for. The tourist of 2025 is not the tourist of 2005.
Yeah.
And they've been very keen on that. They've locked onto that, and they've got the permits and the planning, and they're going full steam ahead with that.
Full bore.
Yeah, which will be very interesting to see.
Exciting things, exciting times ahead for there. And I think that'll affect Salobreña as well, because they're kind of joining in on, it's filling in that gap.
Absolutely, yeah. We were looking a lot of, how kind of location-wise and geographically they will be making that link, and they're absolutely looking to do that. They have their sugarcane fields that are running down the centre there, which is a protected natural park area, and they're looking to incorporate that and use that and make a corridor down into a new tourism area, which should be very interesting.
Exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
So what about the market in general across Granada, Costa Tropical? I know we've seen a phenomenal start this year. January's seems like the month has gone on forever, but it's, even though it didn't really start till the 7th.
No.
But we're seeing a huge increase in inquiries from US buyers and from UK buyers in particular for the golden visa, because there's a very, very limited time left now.
Yeah.
So in that sort of 500,000 to $1 million price range, huge increase in inquiries.
I've had clients that I was speaking with in the back end of last year, before obviously all of this was announced, and that was their plan for this year. They're not necessarily looking to buy always properties that are 500 plus.
No, some of them already have properties here, and they're adding to that just to get the visa.
Yeah, I've got quite a few clients over in the Malaga, Mijas, Marbella area. They've already got some property, and now they were looking to add to their property portfolio. They have massively put those plans forwards, and they are very actively looking to buy something to make the most of the golden visa before we have to say goodbye to it.
And it's really interesting to see how many people were looking in the Malaga, Marbella area, and because of the shortage of properties over there, they're moving this way, and we're seeing a lot more inquiries for the Costa Tropical, for example.
Absolutely. I mean, as I was just mentioning, the majority of the clients, not the majority, but the ones I've most recently been talking to, they've got property in the Malaga area, and they are coming to this area now. I think it's interesting. Granada has been an up-and-coming area in the recent years, which has made the Costa Tropical kind of jump out to people, and people are starting to make the link. They're coming along this way because they can see all of the many benefits that the Costa Tropical has to offer.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's been a busy January.
And the other thing that is a topic that is super hot at the moment is tourist licenses.
Absolutely.
We've seen Malaga's banned new tourist licenses in 42 neighbourhoods.
Yep.
Granada City has ceased issuing all tourist licenses, but has now officially declared bans in 4 locations, including the Albaicin, which is a super popular location.
Yep, that's going to have some interesting knock-on effects.
But out of the cities, and although this is huge, I mean, Barcelona have said they're scrapping all 10,000 licenses in the end of next year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, every autonomous region has the right to implement this how they choose to.
But locally, a fair few municipalities still seem to be issuing tourist licenses. Well, they are issuing tourist licenses.
I was chatting with a couple of town halls recently, Soportuja, which is very touristic, Lancaron as well, and some places in the valley, and even in Velez. And they've essentially said initially, as long as you do your declaration of being responsible, they're still very open to tourist licenses being given. They're still very much in that mode of promoting tourism.
But we're seeing a lot of demand from buyers because this is being promoted everywhere, particularly internationally, that they're insisting they want somewhere with an existing tourist license. So it's certainly had an impact on the demand for those.
It absolutely has, and I think a lot of people don't understand the new legislation, because one thing that I have conversations frequently about is if you're looking for a property that already has a tourist license, that can't be transferred to you anymore. So it's very good to know that the property essentially fulfills most of the requirements, but it can't be passed on to you anymore. So you do have to be a bit more careful about which properties can get them and which can't.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in smaller, more rural areas, it is still possible to get them, which is, I think, is something important to hold on to amidst all the chaos of everything that we're hearing. Like, there will be no more tourist licenses.
Yeah, tourist licenses are banned, foreign buyers are banned, everything's banned.
Yes.
But in reality, actually, it's not in a lot of cases. So
no, things actually, I mean, just so everyone's aware, are fairly continuing on as normal.
As normal.
Yes.
That's good. So, well, thank you for the update.
No, thank you.
And don't forget, viewers at home, if there's any questions you have about the property market, feel free, pop a comment below or send us a message. And please like and subscribe to the channel. It's surprising, about 80% of our viewers are not actually subscribed. So please help us out so we can continue making these videos. Thank you, Amy. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.